Hello guys. You guys knew this time had to come. Unfortunately, people don't like the talk. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, okay? There has to be a grown up in the room, okay? The talk has come. So Kenya, China, sit down, children. Sit down. Kenya, China, sit down. You knew the time had to come. Let me introduce myself. My name is Eliud Madhu. In this new world, China is the big brother. So for him to take advantage of the small brother is insane behavior. It's insane work. Listen to me. Right now, China is supposed to cancel Kenya's debt. Completely cancel Kenya's debt. Here's the thing. When the United States ruled the world, the first thing it did was aggressively develop Europe. Europe was a mess. In fact, African countries were better off than Europe after World War II. But the United States created a system, first world and a third world system, and they went on and developed Japan and Europe. In fact, the scenes of creating a third world system came from the United States. The idea of third world systems never existed. Okay? So in this new world, China, you are now the leader of the world. Okay? So you're not pulling your weight. So for you to expect Kenya to pay you back is insane behavior while still calling us an ally, while still calling us friends. But we need, listen up, pay attention, $20 billion a year for our healthcare, for Kenyan healthcare system. $10 billion for our education system. We also need funding for our roads and bridges. No question asked, this will be $100 billion infrastructure spending from China. Xi Jinping needs to give this to Kenya within a span of 5 years. $100 billion every year amount to $500 billion within a span of 5 years. Of course, we're gonna receive $600 billion because, of course, expenses, taxes, all that stuff, But my point remains, China, you're the only one who's not pulling their weight. And you're trying to act like we don't notice that you're trying to take leadership, or you have already taken leadership of the world, but you're not pulling your weight. Listen to me, Kenya. 10 diesel submarines from China. We need to train with the Chinese to fly all their fighter jets, including the 5th generation Chinese fighter jets. We need to be able to go to the Chinese International Space Station. Listen to me. The Chinese should make it extremely easy for Kenyan students to go to their universities, which are now the best universities in the world, for free. Free scholarship. The Chinese should send 3 million Chinese every year to Kenya for tourism so they can boost our tourism sector. Tourism is very important to Kenya. It's one of our biggest industry. So the Chinese have to agree to send at least 3 million Chinese a year to Kenya for tourism. Of course, we're not gonna get the 3 million, probably 1.5 million, but that's enough to boost our tourism. Swahili needs to be taught across China. If China is serious about the future between Africa and China, well, the gateway to Africa is Kenya. You teach Swahili and you have taught most of what you would think East and Central Africa is. where most of the crucial minerals and resources to keep your advanced economy comes from. So China, the fact that Kenya is pulling its weight, we're getting harassed by Westerners because we're working with you, we're supporting you. But before I continue, you guys need to push for BRIC membership, full BRICS membership for Kenya. Okay? So what have we talked about? What have we talked about? What have we talked about, China? Cancel our debt. Cancel Kenya's debt. $100 billion every year for infrastructure. $20 billion for yep, healthcare. 10 for education. And then listen, okay, Swahili, yes, you guys are paying attention, okay? But here's the thing, China, if you're serious, don't just build an entire Silk Road system, ports, roads, bridges, just to exploit us like the British. You know? Don't do that. Listen, it should be a channel for us to connect together, to work together. But here's the thing, China is the big bro right now, it's the big brother. And the big brother cannot expect the smaller brother to carry everything. These are the demands that Kenya has for China. You know? Fashion houses in China should relocate some of their companies from other Asian countries to Kenya. Okay? Tech companies, Huawei. I love the Honor series. I love the new operating system, which is free from Android or Apple. It's actually a free operating system created by the Chinese, free from Western influence, Western domination. That should be in Kenya. We should be allowed to create our own version, free from any other systems. So China should be working with us to do all these things. Chinese scientists should be working with Kenyan scientists. Right now, I should see more Chinese interaction, one-on-one interaction, instead of like this Western nonsense, you know? And what I mean by this, most companies in Kenya that are Chinese owned, 68% should be owned by Kenyans. The operations should be owned by Kenyans. The white collar jobs should be Kenyans. The real question has to be, China, how are you going to rule this world? Are you going to rule this world through domination? That's the real question. Because the way things are right now, the way the deals have been made, it kind of seems like you guys are trying to do like a new neocolonialism 2.0. You know? Nah, don't do that, China. Don't do that. But you have to prove to us that you're serious. These are the demands. So right now, Xi Jinping, sir, reach out to President Ruto and discuss these things. But the way China is acting right now, it's colonization. It's colonization, and we have to talk about it. And we have to talk about it. But you guys, leave a comment. Let's talk. Leave a comment.